Two o'clock at night.
No, sit down. In one bamboo, okay? 10% in one bamboo. We have the 10% in. Rồi biết đâu à? Đấy bơi xuống biết đâu. One bamboo. Mấy người? Okay, one by one we get on the boat. Yeah, one by one we get on the boat. And we will see you tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow I will come back and pick up you back to the boat.
Serve 10 kilos.
Chào. Thank Claro, acá descuevada.
Saliendo de una cueva.
A las
De Goldwyn.
gracias por traerme aquí. Vamos a descansar.
Our boat for the trip 2 days 1 night on the Haraway. And one more time, we wish all of you have good time with the cruise member on the Aqua Elegant and safe your trip in my country. And we hope to see you one day in Vietnam. Thank you.
I thought about going super hard.